Before I start this video off, I'd just like to say, I do own other tops. It's just whenever I video, I'm usually just wearing this. It's just a coincidence, but I do own other stuff, so yeah. Hey guys, it's me Oscar, and today I'm going to be talking about my unpopular musical theatre opinions, and I'm also going to be sharing some of yours. So yeah, let's get started. So my first opinion is that I don't like the song Halloween in Be More Chill. I just think compared to the rest of the songs, it's more of like an afterthought. It may not have been, it just doesn't sound up to par as the rest of them. But I don't know, I'm just not the biggest fan of it. So similar to Halloween, my least favourite song in Mean Girls is Whose House Is This? Very similar to Halloween, it sounds like an afterthought. It's just, when I saw it on Broadway, I was sat in the audience and it was the interval and I was like, get ready for Whose House Is This? No. And I was just remember being sat in the audience and I was like, deep breaths. Not the biggest fan of it myself, but you may enjoy it. I just don't personally, but it's up to everyone's opinions. In Sixth Musical, I'm partly not the biggest fan of the orange costume. I think it's a nice costume. I just think it's sometimes a bit unflattering. But I don't know. I really liked Courtney's version of the costume. I just don't like the peplum on it. I'm just not the biggest fan. But of course, Gabriella Sade is an amazing costume designer, and I think that all the costumes are incredible. I'm just personally not the biggest fan of this one. So my next opinion is in Heathers. I hate Veronica Sawyer. I just think like she's sort of as bad as JD. At least JD knows that he's a psychopath. I don't think that Veronica knows how horrendous she sort of is. No, I'm not the biggest fan of Veronica. Personally, I loved the Cats film. I just think for the people that haven't seen Cats before, it might not be like a good film to watch because it's very out there. The only thing I didn't enjoy were like the proportions. In one thing, they were the size of a knife and fork. Another time, they were like the size of like the bottom of a lamppost, and they were the size of a lamppost. It was just completely out there, and I just think the proportions were off all the time. But apart from that, I think it was a pretty good film. I just dropped the phone on the floor, so if we're in a different position now, I'm sorry, I just dropped it. So my next unpopular opinion is I actually love the new Broadway costume changes.
Hey, editing Oscar here. I'm so rude. I didn't say what show I was talking about. I was talking about Six, so yeah.
I've seen very different opinions about this, but I really, really, really like the Anna of Cleves Tearaway now. I think it's so nice. And I quite like the peplums on like Parv and Seymour. And does Aragon have one? I think she does, like layered. But I love the new Broadway costume changes. But I've seen people not being the biggest fans of them. But it's changed, but I really like it. So my next opinion is, it might be popular, but I think that in Hamilton, Peggy sort of vanishes. Well, she died in real life, but they just didn't talk. Oh, that's one of my dogs. She died in real life, but she sort of just vanished in the musical, where they didn't really explain about her death when she was a character, and she just sort of vanished. So I think they should have included more about her, but yeah. So this next one could be really, really, really controversial, but I don't think that they should make film adaptations of every single musical. But I think the Hamilton adaptation was brilliant, but hello. Okay, we've got two dogs now.
Bless you.
But I can't imagine like Six as a film. I just think it would ruin it. So I just like to start this off by saying that I do not hate any musicals or any musical theatre performers. But this next opinion is that I don't think that Millie O'Connell is as good as people say that she is.
Sounded really, really harsh. I didn't mean it like that at all.
She's very talented. I just think that everyone in the Six cast, this is when she was in Six, was just as good as her. Some had amazing vocals and some were amazing dancers. I just think that a lot of people were just as good as her, and I think that other people deserved as much as her. So now going to moving on to your guys' opinions. So the first one is that Alicia is the best Catherine Howard. I mean, it's up to you really. If you like Alicia as your favourite Catherine Howard, then that's your favourite Catherine Howard. But it's up to you really. Personally, my favourite Catherine Howard is probably Zara. I really like Zara's Catherine Howard. I've seen Amy, Zara, and Jodie. But yeah, I think that they're all really talented. But yeah. So the next one is that Wicked is underrated. I used to think that it was very popular, but now in like 2020, I think it is underrated. I think that people have stopped talking about it, but I think that it is a really good show, and I think it deserves more talk in 2020. So the next one is that Be More Chill is amazing. I love Be More Chill. I love Be More Chill. A lot of people aren't the biggest fans of it, but I think it's a really new type of show, really enjoyable. I really enjoy it, but then again, it's up to you. If you don't enjoy the show, then you don't enjoy the show. The next one is that Beetlejuice is really good. I love it, but I'm not the biggest fan of the story or the characters. I think that's fair enough. I'm not the biggest fan of the story. The characters are alright, but I always feel really bad for the Girl Scout in Girl Scout. I don't know why, but I think that they should have stuck to the film a lot more. 6 is kind of overrated. I still love it though. Alright, so personally, I think, right, let's put the phone down, let's have a chat. I've been a fan of 6 since like almost 2 years now, and back then I thought it was like so underrated. No one was talking about it, no one knew about it. Then, so underrated. Now, I think that it's popular, but people talk down about it a lot. People always say, if you like 6, you like pop, you don't like musicals, and that always gets me really, because if what a musical is a thing where people act, they sing, and they dance. That is what 6 is. The pop music is a broad scheme of things. There's no one type of musical, and so if 6 uses more pop music, then it's still a musical. I really disagree with that. Boy, that gets me really annoyed when people say that. But now, is it overrated? I don't think so. I think it's a really incredible show, and I think that do I think it deserves more love? Probably, yeah. But no, I think that it has enough love. And I do think that more people that haven't seen the show don't talk down about it, and I think that they should appreciate it for what it is, because it has such an important message. But yeah, that's just my opinion. So the next one is that Hamilton is overrated. Okay, don't kill me, people that are watching, but I kind of agree with this one. Like, don't hate me. When I first saw it on Broadway, the first thing that went through my mind is the people that haven't listened to the music and don't know the lyrics aren't going to enjoy it as much as the people that do know it, because there was so much rapping in it. And when I first saw it, I was like, what's going on? What is happening? Because I understood the storyline of what's going on, but I couldn't understand the context of the songs. Songs like Satisfied, You'll Be Back, Helpless, even Alexander Hamilton, incredible. But like Guns and Ships, people that don't know the lyrics aren't going to enjoy it. And that's sad, but I think it's quite true. Do you think it's overrated? Do I think it's overrated? Yeah, I think I probably agree. I haven't seen anyone talk bad about it at all when there are bad things in it. Same with my favourite shows, same with your favourite shows. Everyone knows that there's bad things in your favourite musicals. But I just think that other shows get slammed so hard for things that Hamilton has, but they talk down about it in other shows, but with Hamilton it's praised. I think there's a lot of hypocrisy and stuff like that. But I think it's a really incredible show. Lin-Manuel Miranda, really talented man, great storyline, great music, incredible, really good show. But do I think it's overrated? Probably, yes. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, but make sure to check out our Instagram and maybe you can get your opinions in soon. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!